Hi, good morning. It's Monday and it's time for a garden update. So the sun actually came out today. When we woke up this morning, it was super cloudy. It was dark and overcast up in my office slash bedroom. I had like all the lights on trying to simulate a sunny day, and I noticed it was just getting brighter and brighter while I was doing my work. And then I looked up and I was like, woohoo, the sun is out. And it almost sounded like all the landscapers were done. I just heard one going off right there, but maybe we can get in a little garden tour and then I can show you what's going on with my seedlings. We got some cuts of lettuce this week for Taco Tuesday, and then we had some on some sandwiches. I really need, I got some cuts of that for a sandwich that I made on Friday for my husband and I. This is kind of a little bit tangier over here. I think it's called like a mescaline mix or something like that. So I haven't done as much of that, and I constantly take off of the romaine. The kale is just looking great. I did take several cuttings of the dill off and I've got it drying. The carrots over here are just getting crazy. If you can see, like, this is my arm, the tip of my finger, so it's almost halfway up my arm and how tall those are getting. Let's look down in there. Really strong, but we're not ready to dump it yet. And I did take some spinach off this last week. Nothing new going on with the scraps from the grocery store. And we were supposed to get rain tonight. We got a wild rain Saturday night, and so we're trying to not overwater right now, and because we're getting so much water from the sky. I did not get cuts made from the collards the other day. We skipped that in the miso soup, but I am going to give some of that away for a birthday present. And I'm telling y'all, if you get down here in this cabbage, it really looks like it's about to take off. And I really am going to fertilize some this week. So the spinach is coming in. I'm getting more and more going on here. And actually, let's just go ahead and take this cover off for a day or two and see if we can keep the birds away, because usually when they start to get that second set. But if I see any digging, then I might have to come put it back out here. But maybe this will give them a little bit more sunshine, and they'll just really get on up out of the ground. Our temperatures this week are mostly supposed to be in the 60s, but like I said, we've got a lot more rain coming in today. Now look at these girls. They are just so pretty, and every day more and more open. And look, there's so many more heads that we have that are going to open up. So I'm so happy every day to look up and see all of these beauties. And everything down here is looking real nice. This really looks to me like it's going to end up being some cilantro or some parsley, but it does make flowers. Perhaps that's why they call it an edible flower. Now this broccoli is just now, if you can see, just now in there starting to get the little broccoli parts to it. I can't wait to show that to my husband, because I told you how he was poo-pooing on any more cold crops. If you look here at the peas, they've all got flowers popped up on them, and this one is all the way up here, so that's at least 6 foot tall, covered in flowers. So we'll have plenty of peas coming out of there. And oh, these down here, if you remember in a video a little while ago, I was showing you that it looked like one of these was about to make flowers. So it looks like they're finally coming around. Nothing going on there. And nothing going on there. Here, we've got lots of little cosmos peeking their head up. Look, that one's got 2 flower heads on it. So that'll be neat for those 2 to pop out. Now today, I was looking on Instagram, and there was somebody that had some of these Parisian carrots. Pretty sure that's what these are. Yeah, these Parisian carrots that I planted. This woman on Instagram, she pulled hers out, and they were, you know, perfect, like little, well, perfect-ish, you know, but they were nice round shapes. And, you know, if you remember looking at the picture I showed of mine, it wasn't very round. So today with you, I'm gonna pull a couple out and see what they look like. So let's see, like, see right here, this one looks like it's maybe kind of big. And this has been in the ground forever. But look at that. There's nothing round about that. It makes me think I got like the wrong seed packet or something. Now I'm gonna pull this mass up and see what happens. These, well, you know what? That one kind of looks a little bit round. Really weird looking though. I think it's just because they're not getting quite a bit enough sun over here. But so that's, and then this other one that just looks like a straight carrot. So I'm gonna let them go a little bit more, obviously. I mean, what have I got to lose? Nothing but space. So I'm gonna let those go a little bit more, see what happens there. Down here in the Brussels sprout, I'm not seeing a heck of a lot of activity, but it's getting so much more sun now without the other plant over here to the left. So I really think it's just gonna jump up at any time. And then, you know, we've got all kinds of spinach that really is looking even better than some of its friends over there in the other bed. And right here, we've got all kinds of little seedlings coming up from the kale that we planted. So that's exciting. It's not easy to see with the sun, but there's some right there. So that's very cool. I didn't notice that those were all coming up. They're in the pattern, so that's how you know. That's one thing about square foot gardening, is by planting in that pattern, it helps you know if it's a weed or if it's not a weed. And then asteriums just kind of still look a little sad, but there's a couple that look okay. This shard, I don't know if maybe when the sun comes back up it's gonna bounce up, but for the most part this is become looking like it's just a bed of weeds. So this weekend we're gonna pull that all out. We didn't do a ton of stuff in the yard this weekend. It was the first weekend in like well over a year that we have actually been kid free and no one's been in the house at all. My mom's out of town in Florida and the children went away to their respective families over the weekend. And we just had my mom's dog, so we stayed in the house and just hung out together and didn't get out here. And it's so chilly, it's driving me crazy. I'm ready to get warm, and I know it's in the 60s and that's not really cold, but I'm freezing and that's what counts. So let's go check out these babies inside. And then, so I've got lots of seedlings popping up here. I don't know if you can tell. So I've got this one, and there's one right here, and there's one about to come up right here, there's one right there, there's one over there, this one's about to come up, that one, and that one. So almost every single one of these is up, and I really think that that's because the soil, this area stayed so warm with having this little heater going over here. And I've got down here in my tomato tray, almost everybody is getting ready to start peeking. Everybody on that last row almost is out, if you see that. And then over here, there's a lot of things popping up as well. Here, maybe today, I've got some errands to run, so I don't know if I'll get them out today, but if I was gonna be here all day, I would probably put them out and let them get some sun. I thought about putting some lights up, but you know, they're gonna get a lot of light right here, and I think if I get them outside on a regular basis every day, it'll keep them from getting too leggy. But otherwise, I really don't want to get them spoiled into a mindset of being indoor plants. So I hope that you've got your seedlings going, and remember Remember this awesome shelf that my husband got me? Well, I'm super pumped because, like I said, I don't really have a lot of faith today in the sun because it wasn't in the forecast, and I'm more concerned about it getting into a heavy rain, but I'm just gonna have to double check. But otherwise, what I'll be doing every day is I can bring out my seedlings over here and then cover them in some twall and get them growing. I hope that you have the best day ever.